needless to say, last night was an experience.
Yeah.
What are you thinking in the light of day?
Just ready to go. So.
It's a new year and we're chasing new adventures. We're Mika and Reggie, camping newbies intrigued by the RV lifestyle. So we made the decision on the weekends to move from the couch to camping. And as Southerners, we always tow our hospitality and charm as we chase the sun, sand, and sea in our RV.
Rainy day in Georgia.
Great little tool. Got it off Amazon. Avid power. Beats bagging into a spot and getting some undependable air. At least you know it's on your rig and you're getting clean air. It's going straight. Here's your reading. Even you old schools that like to do the manual, it reads out perfect. I checked them already manually and it measured exactly what this is showing.
Our first trip of the new year has landed us in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. This was definitely an unexpected visit. Originally, our plans were to spend the new year at a new park in Ellijay in North Georgia. But it was a lot of bad weather forecast, a lot of storms, and in fact, there were some tornadoes through the area. And so instead of canceling the trip for New Year's completely, we searched for about a 5 to 8 hour radius from our home to see who had availability at the last minute. And as luck would have it, we ended up here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We are staying at the North Myrtle Beach RV Resort and Dry Dock Marina. This really is a nice RV resort.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it hit all of the marks that we were looking for, everything that was offered. But the initial booking, though, what happened with that?
Right, so I did it online the night before we were supposed to leave, and the only thing they had at that time were 2 spots that only had electricity and water hookups because we were traveling with my parents. And then the next morning we called just to see if there were any cancellations, and as luck would have it, there were some cancellations. Although we weren't able to have sites side by side, for us, the most important thing is we had full hookups.
That's right. That's one of the requirements, right? Whenever we look at a resort, got to have the full hookups. I think the overall park was beautiful. It's a pretty large park. Some of the great things I really enjoyed was the fire pits. They actually have a communal fire pit, which was a lot of fun to sit around and meet people. Learn about their stories, learn about why they were there. Absolutely gorgeous.
Fantastic. I definitely would agree with that. Being located off of the Intercoastal, it just allowed you, whether it was in the evening time or the morning, to just go out by the water, take a look at the boats. There was a lot of activity because the weather was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me personally, I really, really enjoyed the swings that they had along their little boardwalk area.
Yeah, and with it being New Year's Eve, that was a great time to be there. And celebrating with the fireworks, that was awesome.
Yeah.
They did a phenomenal job there.
I mean, the show was so cute. The first night, they had it 2 nights. The first night, because of the fog, you couldn't see the fireworks as much. But the next night, the second night that we were there, they really put on a fantastic show. It was very impressive.
Yeah, it was extraordinary. sites were spread out pretty good too.
I would say so. I mean, for a park that has around 240 sites on it, the spacing in between, I think, was really good.
Yeah. And so, I mean, for us concrete campers, it fit the bill.
And I can definitely see how the buzz in the air, so to speak, really increases around the summertime, because they had, I believe, at least 2 to 3 pools. There was one in particular that had a splash pad if you had little kids, and then another one had this huge 150-foot water slide. And so that was really interesting. And then a new feature, I'm told, is called their Flow Rider. That was in another section of the resort, and that essentially is where you simulate riding a wave.
Yeah, it's like surfing.
Yeah.
And I think for the adults, they had a huge bar area, and music was going. They really did a phenomenal job for the holiday. Live music, just a great buzz in the air. So I definitely would put this back on our list to revisit in the future.
We could not have asked for better weather.
So needless to say, last night was an experience.
Yeah.
What are you thinking in the light of day?
Just ready to go. So.
It was intense. Or did you sleep good? I feel like you slept pretty good though.
No, I didn't sleep. I slept, and then I woke up, woke up.
We'll chalk this into a category that I hopefully won't have to revisit, but 30 to 40 mile wind gust in an RV off the water with tornado watches.
It's not a fun time.
Not a fun time, South Carolina. We're headed home. Thank you for the hospitality.